So our next topic is going to be on composite and coordinate areas. Composite is just a word that means a shape made out of multiple shapes. So you may see a figure that has rectangles, triangles, circles, different things like that. The figure below is something that shows that. There are actually quite a few ways to solve the problem, so I'm going to show you two different strategies in order to find the answer. The first thing that we're going to do is we need to actually take a look at our shape. If I were to add this line right here, we now see that we have a rectangle and we see that we have an actual two sets of triangles. Now based on this base being 4 meters, that means 2 is the base of this triangle, 2 is the base of this triangle. A triangle is area equals base times height divided by 2. So since there's two triangles, I can just multiply the base times the height, and I come up with my answer being 4 units. For the rectangle, I have to pay attention that 2 meters of that comes from the triangle. We're losing that 2 meters. So actually, this is in fact a square. So the area is base times height, 4 times 4 equals 16. With composite areas, I then need to go and I need to add them up. So for this particular problem, my solution is 20 meters squared. So in this case, I added up the pieces, but there is another way to go about it, and I want to show you that with the coordinate plane. In our example here, we have an irregular shape. We could sit there and find the height and divide up the shape, but there might be an easier strategy to use. What I would do is I would envision if I actually made this shape a perfect rectangle. And if I made this shape a perfect rectangle, I see that I have a height of 7, and I have a width, or a base, of 5. So that means the entire rectangle is 35 units squared. What I want to now look at is some of the other basic shapes that are made here. I can see up here I have an actual little part of a triangle that is set. I have a part of a triangle down here. I have a trapezoid. Let me shift this triangle back down here. So if I look at the blue regions that I have, I see some other separate areas. So let me just show you what it is that I'm showing you so that you have an idea. I have a triangle right here. I have a rectangle here, triangle, triangle. And what we can do is, instead of adding up all the shapes, I can take away the ones that I know. So let's start with the easiest one. The easiest one to me is the rectangle. That's just 2 units squared. Now let's take a look at the triangle that's right here. If I look at the base is 1, 2, 3, 4 units across, and the height is 2 units. So I want to do 2 times 4 divided by 2. Now let's take a look at the triangle down here. My base is 1, 2, 3, 4 units, and my height is 1. If I look at the last triangle, my base is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units, and my height is 1. So when I simplify that, I'm going to use my calculator and bring that up here. I'm going to take 35, take away 2, and if I look at what I've got here, I've got 2 times 4 divided by 2, that's going to be 4. The next set of parentheses would be 2, and the next set would be 2.5. When I do all of that, I find out that my area is approximately 24.5 units squared. We are going to be working on more questions like this in class tomorrow, so it's okay if everything is not perfect, but what I would like you to do is to give a couple questions a try. Taking a look at the first question, that's a your turn question, I would strongly suggest the same strategy. When I put a rectangle over this shape, I actually see, just by looking at this picture, I've got 1, 2, 3 triangles I can use. It's actually an easier question than the first one. And then in the next question, you're finding the area of the shaded region. There's quite a few ways that you could do this, so I'll be curious to see your strategies in class.